I'm going to talk to you briefly a little bit more about this. Now I found in the main electrical panel it said garbage disposal, and there was only one circuit to it because I found the dishwasher was on a separate circuit. So there was one circuit that's isolated and earmarked only for the garbage disposal. Let's see, I've got it shut off. Sure enough, and I have not done anything with the light. That light switch is actually for a light that they put up here in the ceiling. It's that one went on and not this one. And the funny thing with that was kind of silly too, where they installed that, because see, there's kitchen cabinets right above the sink, and then there's a light. That's kind of weird how they got that window there. But see where they got the light? When you turn that light on at night, that light shines kind of directly on top of the cabinet. They should have located that light out another foot or so. And this light here, they left because it was in line with these other three. They really didn't need this other light above the kitchen sink, so to speak, because this one could have sufficed for that. Except usually on that you want it straight down, because you don't want it over your shoulder and having it so that the light bounces off of your back before it gets down to your sink, let's say. But either way, I'm not here to really discuss that. And I also found the actual breaker for this electrical outlet here, and it was listed under kitchen GFI. And GFI is ground fault interrupter, and usually you have that on all of your plugs, your outlets in the kitchen. Now, how come right here there's no GFI outlet? See, here's another one. There's nothing. You look here, usually on your kitchen countertop somewhere, you're gonna have, this is a GFI, this is a reset button, and here. And if you press the bottom one, did you hear that snap out? Did you see it? I'll do it again. You press this is a test. That pops out, and then it interrupts. It shuts the power off right from this outlet for anything else that is attached to this one. And my guess is this one is also attached to these other two over here. Now usually in a box, when you get a box from the store and it has a GFI electrical outlet such as this with the trip breaker, with the trip thing on there, it'll give you some little labels that says GFI protected, or this plug, this outlet GFI protected, or whatever. And then you can put them on your other ones. This should have a label on here that says GFI protected. And that one should have one too, but they don't. The guy forgot to do it. But let's see if there's any other plugs in here. And see, there is one here. We just got that thing on there, plug that in, and then it has two little outlets up here to have your phone chargers if you want. But see here, this should be GFI protected. And let's just leave that off for a minute and see if it is. And you look, there's one more that I noticed. Here's another one by this little sink. And that one, I'm gonna say is GFI protected. I have not checked that yet. Let's check it together, shall we? So right now, I've got the power, the breaker on, because and here's the other thing, if the breaker was off outside, that button probably would not reset. It might trip it, but it probably would not reset it, because you gotta have power. As far as I know, you gotta have power on there. See, we do have power here, okay? And the breaker out in the electrical panel is just a regular breaker. Now some breakers now you can get a 20 amp, and this was under a 20 amp circuit in the electrical panel. Sometimes you can get breakers now that has the actual trip on it right there on the breaker, and maybe you don't have to install an electrical outlet such as this. You can just have regular electrical outlets, but usually they like to do it somewhere in the kitchen. And probably what's going to happen, the electrical panel is out past the garage, out that way, So the main power that comes in probably comes from here. And then the way that they've hooked up this electrical outlet, the power goes from here over to the next plug, which is over there, and then it goes over to there, and then it probably comes down underneath the floor over to the cabinet on that side of the sink, and then this one over here. Okay, let's see if my hypothesis is right. And this is, you know, if I couldn't find the breaker, for this, for that plug over there, and if that was just there, and let's just say I wanted to work on one electrical outlet. Let's just say I wanted to work on this one. And I don't want to go down to the sub panel or the main panel of the house. Maybe you're in an apartment, condominium. You don't even know where the electrical panel is. I don't know, but let's just have a test here. I'm gonna turn this, but before I do that, I'll in fact show you. Get my tester out right now. Let's see here, and see, one's red, one's black, but for this case, you can just push it in, whichever side. See there, the power is in fact on. These are both interconnected. Now when I press the black button, this red should pop out and the power should go off. And see, the power is off. It's all off there now. So that means anything after this one I can work on. I can't work on this one because there's still power coming from here. The electrical panel, the circuit breaker still feeds this, but this is wired in such a way to where this is pressed out, the power's not working there right now, okay? Now, let's go over to here. No funny business. I'm trying to teach you something here. I'm going to say this power is going to be off. I have not tested this yet. See? It's off. Nothing here. That's because it's connected to that GFI electrical outlet I just tripped. I put it in test mode, popped it out. This one should be off now. See, so technically I could, after I get the power off, the breaker for this is off. Once I get the lights off, see, the light still works because the light's on a separate circuit. Wow, this box may be kind of full. I know I have at least three wires coming into this box, and it probably has a fourth one if they didn't just stop to here. They could have ran the power over to here and then stopped it, and then taken the power from that location and went up over to get over to the island. That electrical outlet, this electrical outlet over here. Or they could have come from that wall. They might have probably just come from that wall, and then they have another wire that goes over this way to that electrical outlet, and boom, from there over there. Okay, then they might have another electrical outlet wire from there, goes up into the ceiling, across, or down. Sorry, it could go down from there underneath the floor, back up over to the counter, whatever. So I don't know exactly, but that tells me that there's no power there. Let's just for kicks, I know you wanted to see this. This electrical outlet's probably off now too. And if it's not, nope, look, it's still on. Okay? And that's going to be labeled under something else. That's going to be labeled in the electrical panel. See, the power is still onto that. So there's got to be another circuit for that. And see, this one, technically, this I would say should be off because it's close to water. When you ever have anything in your kitchen, electrical outlets, light switches, whatever, well, the electrical outlets for sure, you want to have those on a GFI electrical breaker or an outlet. Now see there, the power, I just saw it on. See, it's still on. Right there, it's orange. I don't know if you can see that or not. On, off, I'm just wiggling this. So I know there's still power there. So maybe there's another electrical outlet that has a GFI, and there very well could be. There could be a breaker, an electrical outlet here. This one could be GFI. See where the garbage disposal is? But it's not. Okay? So that's on a different circuit. And that might have to be something that I put on a video another time to remove this electrical outlet over here and install a GFI electrical outlet. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have to do that or not. Might have to. Hey, I just noticed this was loose. Okay, so just wanted to kind of show you about electrical outlets, GFIs. And so what I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to reset this. I'm just going to press the red button in and push it in, and that resets it. That I know there's power. There's power to this outlet now. See? Power to there. So I don't want to make any assumptions. I was just trying to teach you something. So I'm going to go back to the electrical panel. I'm going to shut that breaker off for this plug here, this outlet. Duplex receptacle is what it's called. And then I'll find the extra circuit for lights and turn that one, and let's get on with the project. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. And what am I going to talk about next time? What am I going to show you next time? Well, you'll just have to keep watching my videos to find out.